Alrighty, kids, here we go. We are going to be continuing the most important aspect of human functionality, our posture. And this little segment is going to really help not only with postural correction, so if that's what you're focusing on, awesome, but it's going to help alleviate back pain. That includes hip, sciatic, low back, mid back, upper back, neck, cervical area, realign those shoulders. So this is really important for the back side of your body and length tension relationship correction. So all you're going to need is a floor mat, a bath towel, and socks on your feet. Let's get going. All right. So we're going to roll up our towel. So I apologize. First, take your towel and we're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to fold it in half again. And we're going to roll it. All right. Let's get on the floor. We're going to place the towel right in the middle of the lower back. And we're just going to lay in this position. Make sure that the back of your head is on the floor. Now, the true postural position is the arms out at an angle and your palms are up. All right. Now, I'm going to go through two different progressions, okay? So this is progression one. If you're able to do this and relax completely over your towel with no pain and you do not want your hiney up the floor, you might want to make the towel not as thick, so re-roll it, but this is what your goal is. Now, if you're able to get here, we're going to extend the legs out at an angle. Your feet want to roll outward. Close your eyes and just take a couple breaths. Do not go Mimi. All right, now this is neutral position. So we're using the floor to put us in postural alignment. So now we've just corrected all length tension relationship issues that you may have. We're hoping that over time it'll stay this way when you're standing up. All right, now we're going to bring our legs up and we want the knees to be aligned with the hip bone. Feet are firmly placed on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to push into the towel without lifting our hiney. We're going to push into the towel and lift our chest up and come down. Now, not our chin. The head stays in neutral, yeah? So we're going to place our hands on our belly button. We're pushing in to the towel without lifting. Don't go into a bridge. And we're going to push our back into the towel and lift chest. And only come up as high as you can. Our goal is 10. Are you ready? Here we go. Keep your chin in neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you only get 4, only do 4. Remember, our goal is 10. 5, 6. Do not bring your shoulders forward. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we're going to keep the same setup and we're going to go into a floor bridge. This is important. We're going to push through our heels, so we're going to lift our toes up off the floor, even pressure, and we're going to move the towel out. Yeah? Now, we want to make sure that the knees are aligned with our hip and right over our heels. Lift up your toes and we're going to push straight up. We don't want to push back, so we shouldn't be sliding. We've got 10. Here we go. 1. Do not let your legs fall in or out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's important when you come up, you're clenching your butt together. 7, 8, 9. Do not push on your head. 10. It's your shoulder blades and your heels. All right, we're going to keep this position And we're going to disengage the left leg. So bring the left leg up to 90 degree. This is foot flexion. So this is our starting and ending position. We're going to have our elbows on the floor to stabilize. Place your heel on the floor. We're going to push, and then we're going to flex hard our foot and push our knee into the floor. So we're really squeeze the thigh, and then we're going to slide back up. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're stabilizing with that right leg. 4, 5, 6, 7. You should be feeling your shins. 8, 9, 10. Now let's go to the other leg. 1, 2. Stabilize with left leg. 3. So you should have slight pressure with your left foot and elbows. 4. Should be a slight arch in your back. 5. You should never force your back into the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to lift up those legs again. Now we're going to press the middle of the lower back into the floor. Our knees are not touching. We still have that space. The knees are aligned with the hip. Feet are in flexion. Elbows are on the floor. Now as one unit, see the space? We're going to control. So we're lifting the hip. The legs do not move. They come as one unit. It is very important. Feet in flexion. The movement's very small. Where our goal is 10 per side. I have no idea how many I did. But remember, that's only our goal. This is a very functional session. We're going to go one more each side. Now we're going to extend the right leg and push it into the floor. Clasp your hands behind the left leg. Now do not pull the leg center. We shouldn't cross over the chest. We want to get into an arch. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together a little bit. The knee is aligned with the shoulder. And we're going to push the right leg down, foot in flexion. Now if it's coming up a little bit, that's okay. That's all to do with flexibility. And we're going to hold for 1, 2, 3. And let's go to the other side. Here we go. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. We're going to come back to our starting position. Now, we have 2 ways to do this. Option A, we're going to start with our left, foot in flexion, and our right leg is bent, foot on the floor. Now, remember, we don't want this leg to move. We want it to stay aligned with the shoulder. We're going to take our palms and place it on our knee, and we're going to bend the leg a little bit, and we're going to push. We're going to match the pressure. So we're going to push and release and push. Release for 2 and push. Release for 3 and push. Release for 4 and push. Release for 5. Now let's do 5 in the next position. This is the hardest one. Both legs are at 90. The floating leg stays put. We're going to bend the leg that we're going to be pushing against slightly, and we're going to push for 1 and push for 2. Do not move the floating leg, and push for 3 and push for 4. Push for 5. Let's do the same half and half for the other leg. Here we go. Match your pressure and push for 1. Do not let the stabilizing leg move, and push for 2. We should not have any strain in the neck or the shoulders, and push for 3. Push for 4. push for 5. Now let's go to the hard one. The floating leg, get a 90. Make sure the knee is above the hip. And let's go. Push for 1. Both feet in flexion. Push for 2. Push for 3. Push for 4. Push for 5. Now let's set our hips. We're going to go back to our bridge and we're going to go into a nice push up with our heels. Make sure we have even pressure. We're going to hold, squeeze glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, there you go, kids. Now remember, do as many as you can. Do this every day. If you're sore, skip a day. And if anything feels like it's getting too hard or you're not able to maintain your form, you got to stop. Memorize how many reps you did and then try to match that or surpass it. When you're able to do this every day, 10 repetitions in the correct form, and it's getting rather easy, you're ready for the next progression. All right. And that's when I will see you next. Have fun with this one.